Okay. So let me share my screen. I think few of you already attended yesterday's demo session. And for many of you, I think today is the first class, right? Um, so what we're going to discuss is basically the course curriculum, and this session is mostly to answer any of your queries. If you have any doubt or something, you can ask, right? So I think yesterday we already discussed about the curriculum and all. Just I wanted to tell you at very high level. Um, but before I jump into the curriculum, I just want to share a few details, right? So let me introduce myself quickly. So I am Sasmitha. I have around 13 years of experience into data science and software engineering. I am currently working as a lead data scientist in one of the Fortune 500 company. Prior to this, I was working with fintech startups to very good product-based companies. I also completed my master's in 2016 from Triple IT in computer science. My major was machine learning, and after 2016, I switched my career into this. Prior to that, I was working as a software engineer. I have trained almost multiple batches, like I think 30, 40 batches so far, right? With DurgaSoft, I'm with them for last 4 years, and almost like 10, 15 batches we have completed so far in DurgaSoft. So the curriculum that I'm talking about is called MLOPS. I think the curriculum is already there, but I am changing something in the curriculum. The updated curriculum I will be sharing with you by tomorrow, but let me tell you at high level the summary of the entire curriculum, right? Before, um, yeah. So I think it makes sense to give you a summary before I take you through the curriculum. So the entire course curriculum, the course is nothing but MLOps, Machine Learning in Operation, right? So there are two courses actually we are starting parallelly, and it's a very good option for all of you to either join both or you can take one after another. So let me explain you about both of that. The first curriculum is MLOps. MLOps is, okay, so what is the prerequisite to join this course and what is the scope of this course? Anyone who wants to continue their career or wants to switch into data science, this is the course for them. Many people have a common doubt. Is it a ops related course or it is totally data science related course? Like mostly I'm focusing on ML part or ops part. So for them, I wanted to tell you this is a very much balanced course. The other name of this course, you can also say full stack data science. I think when I say full stack, if you understand the data science life cycle, you will understand what is the meaning of full stack. So take any project, there are certain steps. Like first is your data collection. Data can be of any format, data can be of any type, data can present at any location. So then once you have collected your data, you can go for data pre-processing, modeling, and then validation, and then deployment. So there are certain steps. And when I say full stack, this MLOps is a complete balance between machine learning and operation, right? Both. So it is equal weightage, right? So you are a full stack data science after this course. So you are at level 0, but after taking this course, you will be in a position where you can take any data set, and end to end you can deploy it, and you can share a URL with anyone who can access your model, right? So you can create a front end, you can deploy your app in AWS platform. Also, I will tell you how to deploy your app using APIs and other free servers, right? So this is the course scope. What is the prerequisite? I'm just expecting people from basic Python background or any programming background. If you're non-tech also, I think there are 175 hours of video recordings available from Durga sir, so you can go through it. But what I'm expecting is at least some basic knowledge in any programming language will definitely help you. And I am not expecting anyone to brush up your math skills or anything because I am here to take care of it. It's a very much, it's a fundamental course. It's the foundation course. You know how important artificial intelligence is. So this course will teach you from scratch, like how to install the things in your system to a level where you can write data science project with confidence in your resume. This course is not like showing you Jupyter notebooks and running. No, it's not like that. It's completely production ready code you will be able to write. And I mean, easily you can answer all the questions. Being in industry for last 13 years, I take every day one interview. So from my experience and my friends' experience, many of my students, they have gone through interview recently. So I just will take a CV preparation class also along with this. So this is a full package. I mean, everything will be covered. So obviously the course, the project, along with that, there will be a CV preparation class where I will be guiding you how to prepare your CVs. So what you can expect? So after this course, you can expect 2 to 3 year experience. Easily you can justify that much knowledge you will gain, and at least 7 to 8 projects you can write in your CV related to data science, where you can, all the projects are from different different domain, right? And you can easily explain how, right? The question is how, because again, this is a common question, how I'm able to cover a lot of things within the limited time. So I will be telling you the complete process. That's what I was creating, but I did not get time. So I have half created. I think tomorrow when you connect, I can share with you the entire curriculum, but this is overall curriculum will look like. I am not going to focus a lot in Python. Honestly, this is not a Python class. As I said, I am expecting people to know some basics about Python. Having said that, I'm not directly skipping also. Many people will feel like little uncomfortable. So quickly, I will cover the Python part, basically the core Python part very quickly. Just it's a summary kind of thing, refresh. And if you want to know more, please go through the recordings of Durga sir, and that will give you complete idea about core Python. So when I say core Python, what all are the thing I'm expecting? I'm expecting you should be knowing about installation, how to install Python, IDE tutorial. We will be using two IDEs, VS Code and Jupyter Notebook. What is variable, taking input from keyboard, functions, if, else, while and for, list, tuple, set, dictionary, string, exception handling, class, and basically module and package, right? So this is what is all about your core Python. I will be giving you a lot of in-depth knowledge about these topics, and very quickly I'll cover the initial few topics, but list, tuples, a dictionary, string, exception handling, class, module, and package, maybe within a week I will cover. Honestly, this is not a Python class, so I'm not going to take a lot of your time, like months and months. I'm not going to teach you Python, right? I'm expecting you to have some basic understanding. If not, I will give you like a summary, and it will help you to go through the recordings later and to learn Python in a very in-depth manner. But this is all about your core Python. After that, my major syllabus will start from Pandas. So Pandas is a new library, and this is the library for data manipulation, or data, basically when you collect your data for pre-processing your data, you need this library a lot. We will be discussing about very every topic about Pandas in depth, right? Pandas has two things. One is your data frame, and one is your series. So both of this we will discuss in detail. So we'll understand what is data frame, how to take input, output. So I don't want to read out, but yes, it is in depth. So once you understood about data frames, Pandas, and Python, I think this is the first level. This is the prerequisite, I will say. I mean, major topic has not been started. My course will start once the prerequisites are completed. And when I say prerequisite, this is Python and then Pandas. You need to know few more modules, that is data visualization, NumPy, and Streamlit, and statistics. So according to me, these are the module 1 or pillar 1. What is pillar 1? So in pillar 1, all the prerequisite, whatever is the prerequisite, we will be completing. So the first one is your Python, obviously. And then after Python, I'll be covering Pandas. And there is one more package called NumPy. And I'll be covering something called Plotly. Plotly is a data visualization library, followed by Streamlit. Why Streamlit? Because we are going to create web apps complete end-to-end, right? So we will have our front end where the user can interact with our model. So real time, you can generate predictions, right? The user can load data and get the predictions. So they need a front end to interact with your model. So we'll create front ends using Streamlets. So these are the pillars, I will say, I mean, the first prerequisite before we jump. And once we have completed this, I will move to the project part. The whole course is divided into 3 projects. Every project will take approximately 15 days to 1 month to complete. And every project is end to end, right? End to end means what? Starting, there are certain steps in data like in machine learning life cycle. There are certain steps. I can show you, or maybe I can demonstrate you one simple example so that you will get an idea. So when I say data science project, uh, I mean, let's take one example. Let's say I'm talking about data science supervised problem. So we have different steps. The first step of any data science life cycle is data collection. So you need to collect your input data. And for this, data can be in any format. Data can be present in SQL, data can present in MongoDB, NoSQL, data can present in cloud like S3 or any other platforms. Data can present in your local files like CSV, Excel format. So from any different sources. So from different sources, data ingestion. So how to collect your data. That's your first step. And for this, we need to learn tools like Pandas. For NLP text data, we will be learning tools like text mining tools. So the first step of any project is data collection. After data collection, we will be dealing with data pre-processing, or I will say data cleaning. So for data pre-processing, there are a lot of steps that we will do. Once we have collected our data, we will see whether any missing values are there or not. We will see whether any outliers are there or not. If it is a regression problem, we will also take care of like any relationship, like feature selection we will do. So like this, we have a lot of different steps in collection part. Sorry, in pre-processing. We will also handle collinearity. If it is a classification, we will handle imbalance. So I'm not going to write all the steps, but you got it, right? So there are a lot of steps. And for this, we will also create dashboards, a lot of data analysis we will do. For pre-processing, what all tools we are going to learn? We are going to use Pandas. We are going to use NumPy that we have studied. We are going to use Plotly that we have studied. A lot of charts we are going to create. We are going to use Streamlit because we are going to create 3 pages, multi-page app we will create. The first page of our app will be descriptive analytics, or basically the insights from the data. We'll create a dashboards. All the Plotly charts we will show in a web app. And that, like, we will do a lot of pre-processing, outlet detection algorithms we will learn. We will learn feature selection algorithms. So all of these things we will do in the pre-processing part. After that, the modeling will come. In the modeling part, I will be talking about machine learning modeling. So machine learning algorithms we will learn. So if you ask me coding wise, this is just 2-3 lines of code. If you use sklearn, it's a machine learning library in Python, just fit and predict, and your model will be done. So it's not a course where I will teach you fit and predict, right? I mean, many people have asked me, is it a kind of project deployment only, or we will also learn about ML? So let me clarify one thing. My domain is data science. I'm a core by heart like data scientist. I come from an academic background, as well as I'm also a PhD scholar. Recently, I'm doing my part-time PhD. So I am from this background, and machine learning is the heart of anything, right? The product that you will develop is a machine learning product. And obviously, machine learning plays a very, very important role. Ops is important, but ops comes later. First, you will build the model, then only you will deploy. So let me clarify one thing. This is not a kind of coding course. This is a very intense technical course. And I can show you the notes. For every project, 3 projects, every project 2-3 algorithm you will learn. So in the first project, you will learn all the algorithm related to regression. In the second project, you will learn all the algorithm related to classification. In the third project, you will learn text and deep learning. And the fourth project, you will learn unsupervised, mostly clustering. So if you combine all the 4 projects, almost like 8 to 9 algorithm you will learn. And when it comes to machine learning, it's not only about learning the theory. Yes, we will learn the theory, and then we will come and implement in our project. It's not about one algorithm. In real time, we will actually implement 5-8 algorithm. We will do hyperparameter tuning, and we will take the best algorithm into account, right? So that we will do modeling, and then validation also we will understand modeling and validation. And most of the course, data science course will end here. After validation, they will not teach you what next you need to do. But this course, this once you have done like till here, I'll tell you about how to track your parameters, right? How to do version control. Let's say you have different machine learning code versions. So how to control your version, how to register your model, right? How to package your model, package. So how to create packages, machine learning, your code packages, and then how to module your, how to package your code, and then finally how to dockerize or containerize your code. After that, we will also understand how to take your code to GitHub or code commit AWS, any platform, which is very good for version control, GitHub action. From there, we will create CI/CD pipelines. And from there, we will push our code to SageMaker. SageMaker is the most popular platform for AWS for build, deploy, train, build, and deploy, right? So we are going to use SageMaker only for deploy, training, and building. We will do locally because otherwise it will cost a lot of money. So till here, everything is local. Once we have created CI/CD pipelines, everything is done, Dockerization, everything is done. Then we will use our SageMaker for deployment. We'll create endpoints. And then finally, we will also create our Streamlit, like the front end part, as I said. Once everything is done, finally, we'll go to SageMaker, create endpoints, and then we will deploy our model. So this is a complete, this is what is something called project. I can show you the code. It's very, you can, the major intention is, if you have worked in my whole time, mostly if I take 13 years, I think 9-10 years, I have worked in all product-based companies, and that's the good thing. So when you work in a product-based company, you will see the product end to end, and the coding style is completely different, right? So when you build a product, you have, for example, when I was working with General Electric, the product was our and solution is also our. Like we were building APM, Asset Performance Management tool. Let's say we were selling jet engines, inverters to our client, right? So all the data also, we are also providing digital solution along with the physical product. So that's the reason I have a very good, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to look at the things end to end, starting from collecting data from sensor to a dashboard where the user can interact and see the prediction result. So like that, the same thing I want to replicate here. The code will be reproducible. The code will be modularized. The code will be, it's a very different level of code, right? It is automated way. I mean, once you have built it, I think it will run automatically. So you will create CI/CD pipelines. Your script is in a very much modular way. And you will know what is requirement.txt, what is config file, what is environment, how to create environment. So it's a very much production ready code. And trust me, whatever you are doing here, I normally what I do is I take the same code, copy paste, and implement in my real time office also. So this is very much industry ready code. The same template, whatever you are using in this course, you can take it and use it. So I'll tell you the tricks, right? Any code, any entire machine learning can be automated. There are certain templates. For every project, you have to create your own template. If you create 6 to 7 template, any problem statement you're getting within 2-3 hours, you can execute and share the results. Most of the things are automated. What I mean to tell you is nothing but the type of data that you're getting. For example, one project you have done for semi-structured data is a CSV Excel file, and small data, let's say it's some GBs of data. One project you can do and it's a regression, so supervised problem. Second project you might do from unsupervised. So you understood how to handle supervised, how to handle unsupervised. Third project maybe you can do maybe on NLP or maybe text data, which is completely different. Here it is CSV file, here it is text data. So this is one template. Another project you can do for big data. For example, you are going to use Spark, right? So that is another template. So entire machine learning, if you ask me, there are certain templates, 7 to 8, and it will take some time, maybe 3-4 months from your side. From every type, if you complete one project, and I think you are ready. So 6-7 templates, if you complete that, any project, similar project in future, you're getting just copy paste. Here and there, small things you can change, but otherwise everything is already automated. So for example, what I mean to tell you is now you have created this regression project template. And in future, if you are getting another regression project, maybe within 1 hour you can complete because you have the code for data collection, for pre-processing, modeling, and everything is in a package modular way. Just you need to change the path here and there and it will be done. So I will tell you the trick. So in this entire course, 3 projects we will do. And I will tell you another 3 projects. Maybe I can give you recordings, or maybe I will guide you how from where you can complete those projects. Total 6 to 7 projects. Every project is different from the other project. It's not the same thing we are repeating. One project will be classification. One project will be clustering, unsupervised. One project will be on text mining and deep learning, right? One project will be on big data, let's say Spark. So you get a variety of projects and every project is end to end. So I think after validation, this entire thing is same from project to project. Mostly it is same, almost same. But till validation, I think there will be small differences here and there from project to project. So that is the whole story. It's not a big deal, right? Any data science. Now, once you complete the 7, 8 templates, and it's a complete project-based learning. I don't believe only in theories. I don't use any PPT or PDF file. I mean, only for theory class we will have it, but otherwise it's a full hands-on class. Why hands-on? The entire process, I have seen the entire interview process is on project. Because ChatGPT is there, they're not asking you a lot of questions from theory side. Yes, they will ask you, but they will start from project experience. Project is very important, end-to-end delivery. So they'll ask you what is your role, what is your contribution, where you have deployed, and they will ask you very specific questions. If you have not done it, what kind of machine you have used in AWS, what was the cost, and let's say what is the size of the data and how many GPUs you have used. So this kind of thing you cannot answer in real time. Because a lot of fake CVs they are getting. So that's why they're asking like this. So if you have not executed yourself, I think you cannot clear the interviews, right? But if you have done 6, 7 projects like this, I think very easy. So they ask very fundamental questions. So easily you can crack interviews. And I can share my emails where I have collected a lot of real-time interview questions from Twilio, from JP Morgan, right? For lead data scientist position, I can show you what kind of things they're asking. It's a very fundamental thing they will ask. So the trick is you complete one project from every different section, right? And don't worry about domain. Domain means many people will think about, okay, fintech and man. No, data science means data is your input. Domain, anyway, you will learn it. But we don't categorize our problem based on domain. We categorize our problem based on data, right? What kind of data we are handling, whether it is a batch data or streaming data, whether it's a big data or small data, whether it is a supervised problem or unsupervised problem. So there are certain tricks that you should know, and accordingly, if you learn, it's to the point. Otherwise, you will keep learning. Artificial intelligence is so vast, you'll keep learning, learning, and learning forever. And you will go in a wrong direction. For example, what is the problem? Why you guys are like, it's a never ending. So you start with one. Let's say you are, for everything, I told you here, but if I just show you, maybe I'll show you, for example, you are in version control. So there are 3 tools. Let's say GitLab is there, GitHub is there, Bitbucket is there, right? For a simple version control, which one to learn? For example, building web apps, front end, right? You want to build front end. So you don't know, you are fresher, right? You are beginner. So you will try everything, whatever is available. You will first try Dash, then you will try Flask, and then you will learn HTML, CSS and everything. Then you will start learning Streamlit, and maybe you will start learning maybe something else. And after you do all of these things, I think 6, 7 months is gone. And then maybe you will think, okay, Streamlit is easy, I will go with this. So are you getting? But it is not needed. Industry, really, they just, until unless you are able to convey what you have built, like you created a front end, then it's fine. We are not web developers, so no one is expecting from you to understand HTML, CSS. You don't know this because you have never attended any interview. We know this because we know what we are asking in the calls. Having said that, front end is even not that much important, but there are some other parts which are very important. and you should go very in depth. So how much, what topic to cover and how much, every topic you select. For version control, you have 100 of tools. Let's say you just want to track. For tracking, you have 100 of tools. For monitoring, you have 100 of tools. For CI/CD pipeline, you have 100 of tools. For deployment, you have 100 of tools. Like you can use Vertex AI, you can use Azure platform, DevOps platform, you can use you can use AWS, you can use Fast API, you can use Heroku. You have a lot of options for everything, and you will be lost, right? So this course will teach you to the point. The success trick is to the point learning,
And
fast learning
Sasmitha,
and
what
to the
is the
point.
prerequisite for this course? Means like if you want to.
Prerequisite is nothing but basic programming background, any programming, C++, Java, anything is fine. Why I'm saying this? Because if you have zero programming experience or completely non-tech, few terminologies that I will use like object, class, you might get confused even if I take the classes, because you are from non-tech. So my basic requirement is any programming background, at least like 1 year, 2 year in past also, if you have gone through any programming language, right? That is the prerequisite. I'm not expecting you to be expert in it, but basics should be clear. Like what is a variable, what is a function, those
Okay.
things you should know,
So
right? That is the prerequisite.
yeah, so like either means Python or C++ or Java. If we'll have the experience, then it's enough,
Yes,
right?
that is what I'm expecting. And if you want, and it's very transparent. If you really want to see the codes and everything, I can share it with you. For example, I can share with you the recent dummy project that we were doing, right? The beginner level project. As I said, 3 projects. So, I mean, so this was the first project, and this is how you will write your code, right? So, I mean, you can see we have basically we have our conda.yml file, and this is the first project. When you start your code, this is the first project you will do. And we have train, we have utils, we have modularize our code, and then this is local, then we will take it to AWS. So this is a very basic code, I will say, but a lot of things are missing here. But you got the idea. So once you completed 4 to 5 projects from different sections, same code you can use. For example, tomorrow I got a new data set related to regression. What I need to do? I just need to change some very fundamental things. Maybe I change the path because it's already modularized. Maybe I will change the configuration file. That's it. Nothing else I need to do. And everything like the path and the data folder path. That's it. And rest all code will be automated. So
Yeah. So
once you
here,
have
like,
completed.
yes, Sasmitha, so like here I can see that the code is being written in Python. So we are saying that we will use the AI also to, just manipulate or write the code, right?
Yes. So we will be using VS Code and this thing. We will be using VS Code and what? VS Code and Jupyter Notebook mostly, right? For this entire course, VS Code and Jupyter Notebook, that is the IDE. But I think you are free to use anything. For me, I think 2 IDs I really like, PyCharm and VS Code. You can choose anything, Sublime or Atom, whatever you feel like good. There's no restriction, right? So, okay, let me tell you at high level again. The course flow is like this. So initially you will be thinking, okay, you told me about projects, but you're not teaching me any projects. You're starting with pandas. What is this? Because pandas is very much essential. When we go to project section, pandas, plotly, streamlit are the basic, right? Which we will be using in all the projects. So I will first clear all the basics or fundamentals or prerequisite, you can say. So all these topics that I have written is the prerequisite. Before jumping into project, we need to understand this. So we will understand pandas, Python. Python you can just say at high level, but pandas we will understand, and then data visualization concept. What is box plot? What is scatter plot? Histogram? Because dashboard no one will tell you, right? You need to select the charts. And NumPy, what is NumPy? What is linear algebra functions? How to write math functions using NumPy. What is Streamlit? I just have written 3, 4 sentences, but It will take me 1 week, almost like 7-8 hours at least, to give you a basic fundamental about Streamlit. And eventually we will practice Streamlit in every project. And then statistics also we will discuss. Project 1, project 2, project 3 is the repetition of the same thing. And what is the difference? Project 1 is mostly regression project, or maybe I will say supervised. Project 2 is unsupervised, and project 3 is deep learning and NLP based. This is all about the course. And I will also give you recordings from the previous batch where you will learn about classification project. So 4 projects end-to-end deployment we will see, both in free servers, also in AWS. I would have taught you a lot of cloud platforms like Azure, AWS, GCP and all that. I don't want to confuse you. And honestly, it is not needed. So if you know one, I think it is okay. You can justify that I can learn other things. And it is never fixed. Most of the companies, they use hybrid, means some from Azure, some from AWS, like this. I have chosen AWS SageMaker because this is the most popular. AWS is the leader and SageMaker is the most easy one and the most popular one. So you will learn everything.
How much knowledge we require in AWS and SageMaker in that case, Sasmitha?
Whatever topics, see, my things are very clear. Whatever I'm covering, I will cover in depth. Whatever I'm not covering, I will skip.
Okay,
right? So whatever, so SageMaker end to end, everything I will cover.
And AWS also?
No, not AWS. AWS is a very vast thing. We have 200 plus services in AWS, right? AWS machine learning service. Mostly, if you want to deploy your ML code into AWS, you need a very particular service. I will be talking about SageMaker and S3. S3 bucket basically for storing data, and SageMaker is a service which I will talk about SageMaker in detail, right?
Okay.
And
like here, like we will be able to generate the prompts also, right? The way the ChatGPT and other AI works.
So I'll come there. So this course is traditional AI. It's a foundation course. This will not teach you anything about generative AI. For generative AI, there is a separate course, and that is a weekend course. I will suggest take that course once you have completed this course. Take some break also in between, maybe 15-20 days to revise the concepts, and maybe in the next batch, you can join for that. You can pay at once or you can pay in installment, how you want, you can do that. Why I'm saying this? Because generative AI course, many people will join. The intention of joining generative AI course can be 2 things. Number 1 is people who are software engineers, their companies are pushing them and they just want to build some LLM application, so they want to learn. Second is all the data scientists, they want to upgrade themselves, so they want to learn. And the focus here is to convert your domain into data science. Honestly speaking, if your intention is to come into data science, give me one single role available in internet where you can see the role as data scientist, MLOps, or basically anything related to data science, where only generative AI asked, you will not find it. Most of the companies, they will ask generative AI plus traditional like machine learning and deep learning. Why? Generative AI is the like I can say it's the most last or basically the final layer or advanced, I can say, behind the scene. How the generative AI is what? It's a deep learning model transformer. So you have to have a basic understanding about transformers. You have to have a basic understanding about deep learning. What is model training? What is model validation, right? What is pre-processing means? Like these are the traditional things. First, you know this, next level is generative AI. That is the correct approach, step 1 and step 2. But still, I don't know, maybe companies, many of the software engineers, they want to join generative AI course. If you ask me, if you ask my advice, I will suggest them not to join directly generative AI without taking this course or without having a knowledge in ML and DL. Why? It is very dangerous because you will build LLM application. It's not always about prompt engineering. Prompt engineering means how you are writing questions to the AI application using frameworks like LangChain or RAG or any LangChain, or a lot of frameworks are there. But having said that, whatever output you are getting, how to validate the output, whether that is hallucination or right. First thing. Second thing is, if you don't know the deep learning part, you will not have that idea what all things you can do with the generative AI. Because one or two application what you find in internet is very common, right? Question answer, all of those. But if you know the fundamental things, if you know the algorithm how really it works, you can actually use it for many other purpose. For example, I know how the algorithm works, and most of the people, while they are using generative AI for generating things, I have used generative AI for recommendation engine, for context search related recommendations. So this can be done. So what I'm trying to tell you is, there are steps you cannot directly jump, leaving some steps in between. I mean, you may get success, but I will say that is a luck. If you are building LLM application without having zero knowledge in ML and DL, I think you are a pilot who can fly the thing in auto mode. If anything happens to the aircraft, you cannot save people. You are in that kind of condition, and the company is also in danger mode. Like if you are building, a software engineer is building LLM application without knowledge in ML and DL is very dangerous. I mean, you can build. I mean, honestly speaking, it's not needed. Having said that, it's hallucinate. It is not that 100% correct. It's all about hype. When you go to real time, a lot of things you will see it is not working. And those cases, I think, and that is one thing. Second thing is, lot of the companies, 60% projects are still traditional and 40% are related to generative AI, I will say, or maybe 30%. They're in research mode or POC level, right? Deployment is like very rare. If you try 10 LLM, maybe one or two will go for deployment, rest all will be scrapped. It is not good for semi-structured and structured data, or I will say it is not that mature enough. For example, if you're dealing with time series data, sensor data, or your sales forecasting, or anything which is structured or tabular data, generative AI is very good for text data, image data, video data, right? Like you can use your sentiment analysis, text summarization, text translation, all of these things you can do. And this is very limited. If you go to fintech, if you go to banking, they're very limited. You will get text data or video data. But yes, if you go to healthcare, if you go to manufacturing, you may get a lot of video and other like text data. It depends domain to domain. So generative AI has very good applications in healthcare and manufacturing. But whereas, I mean, if you look at the companies like mostly banking domain, it is very limited. How many text document you will get in banking? Most of the things are in stock market prediction and all that. You have seen a lot of LLM algorithms are working, but who will guarantee that it's not hallucinating? And if anything goes wrong, who will validate it? For example, it is like you don't know Python, but you are using ChatGPT for coding. Is it good? You tell. You have no idea about Python. You don't know anything, and you are using Chat. You just learned how to use ChatGPT. It's a tool. You just learn the tool, and whatever the tool is giving you output, you're using that for building something. It is like that. You don't know deep learning. You don't know machine learning. You have no idea, and you are blindly using a tool. Whatever the tool is giving you, you are just using that for your production level apps, which are very dangerous. So, I mean, there are steps. All the software engineers who are learning LLM and want to call themselves as data scientists are very dangerous, both for the company, for anyone, right? So there are steps. I'm not discouraging, but there are steps. It will take time. In one fine day, you cannot learn everything. So it will take time. Generative AI, definitely you should learn. But first, clear your fundamentals. You should learn Python. You should know statistics. You should know machine learning. You should know deep learning. You should know. And what about if the framework is changing? So I will tell you the reality. Now, let's say we have LangChain. I know whatever I'm telling, it's not making any sense to you. I'm just talking about the framework. So LangChain is a framework using which you can interact with LLMs. Now there is a new trend. It's called DSPY, which is trending. I think it will take over LangChain in some days. And DSPY, if you don't have PyTorch experience or deep learning, you have never coded, you cannot touch that library. So what I mean to tell you is you cannot go far only with generative AI. Are you getting? So someday or other day, you have to learn ML and deep learning because that is the fundamental behind the scene. So my suggestion to you is go in a traditional way. First, you learn deep learning, what is feed forward, what is back propagation, algorithms, derive the equations, understand the logic, what is transformer, read the paper, understand how the ChatGPT really works. and that will give you a lot of confidence, and that will give you a lot of ideas how you can use LLMs. And then LangChain is very, very easy. If you know all of these things, LangChain and building LLM applications will be really easy. And you will know where it will hallucinate, why it is hallucinating, what is the validation technique you should use, how to validate your model. Lot of things, I mean, you will able to understand. So my suggestion is, everyone, don't learn because it is a hype, because company is pushing, because others are telling. Don't directly jump into generative AI. First, learn the fundamentals. Learn what is machine learning, what is artificial intelligence, what is deep learning, how the deep learning network work, what is neural network. All of this, what is PyTorch? Use TensorFlow to write your project. Uh, do 3-4 projects using TensorFlow, PyTorch, and go to Hugging Face. Try to learn generative like background, like GAN networks and autoencoders. All of this, try raw algorithms first. Try the traditional way. Once you are comfortable, once you know the things, then generative AI is just, I have given the timeline 1 month, and very easily I can cover that in 1 month, because it is like function call. You are actually not building any model. It's all pre-trained model. Generative AI is nothing but the AI model which can generate things. Generate means what? Either it can generate text or it can generate image, right? So text means what? Some applications like text summarization, text translation, image generation, text to image. Multimodal means multiple things at a time, text and image together. So all of these things will come into picture once you know the fundamentals behind it, right? So what is embedding, what is vector, what to vec, you will not understand anything. So my suggestion is step by step. The generative AI course is already there. I think next weekend we are starting. I'll suggest everyone take this first and then go for that. And I mean, I'm not forcing you to take this. If you can learn yourself machine learning, deep learning somehow, then that course will be really helpful. Or you first understand generative AI course, but someday you should definitely learn deep learning also.
Can't we
Without
do
deep
it
learning,
parallelly,
generative AI
Sasmitha?
waste.
Can't we do it parallelly?
You can do it parallelly. Yes, you can do it parallelly, and you can easily understand. Let me tell you why. Because in the generative AI course also, I am not at all in a like in like I don't want to teach people blind things. So I will not feel comfortable myself. So I will give the fundamentals first. So in the generative AI course also, I'll start with deep learning. So from day one, when you enroll for the course, day one, I will teach you about the paper called Attention All You Need. And this is open challenge to everyone. If you can learn and understand the paper yourself, try it. It's the most hard paper ever. It's on transformers. Transformers are the basic of every GPT. GPT means generative pre-trained transformers. If you understand that paper, complete flow of GPT, you will understand the complete architecture. What is encoder? What is decoder? What is happening behind the scene? Everything you will understand, right? And there is a chance that you can also use local LLMs. If you understand it, local LLMs, paid LLMs like the Open AI and Claude and all that, those are very user friendly. But local LLMs, you can do a lot of flexibilities there, and pros cons both is there. I'll talk about it in the class. But what I mean to tell you is, if you're joining directly generative AI also, initial few days I will be teaching about the fundamentals of the algorithms, mostly transformers and GAN, generative adversarial network. These are the two algorithms. Once I complete that, then only we will jump into generative AI. Because in generative AI, it is very easy. It's not, you're not building anything pre-trained. So mostly you will learn prompt engineering and agents, chain and all that. So it's easy. I will say once you have done 2-3 projects, it is not that difficult.
Are we also
Right?
going to cover the TensorFlow and Keras in this course?
Yes, in this course, I'll be covering Keras. So the third project, please wait for tomorrow. I did not get time. So I'll complete this syllabus and I'll share it with you, mostly project 1, project 2, and project 3. Complete thing, right? End to end. So every step we will be using one tool. For model tracking, versioning, and everything we'll be using GitHub and MLflow. For model containerization, we'll be using Docker. For deployment, AWS SageMaker. And for building sklearn and pre-processing Panda, Streamlit and all. Second project, text data. So we will be not using sklearn. We will be using Spassy which is a NLP package for cleaning our text data. And then we will be using TensorFlow and Keras for building models, because it is a deep learning model, the second project. And deployment is also different. It's not SageMaker, but the process of deployment is little different. So are you getting? So every project is different from each other. And at the end, you will have complete understanding about end-to-end ML projects and deep learning projects. And not only generative AI, any project you can handle. I mean,
Sasmitha, how
after taking this
difficult
course,
it is, like, for example, if you are able to deploy the ML onto the SageMaker of AWS.
deployment is not difficult. Deployment is just initial first project. You will find it little difficult because lot of things at a time you will take into account, right? But
No.
once
Yes,
you
Sasmitha, I was
repeat the
saying that,
process,
yeah. So if we can deploy on any one cloud platform, for example, AWS SageMaker, then
yeah.
if we want to deploy the same model onto GCP or Azure, from that perspective, I was asking.
Okay, so cloud-wise, yeah, it depends from cloud to cloud. I think some processors are easy in one cloud, other processors are difficult, but I think SageMaker is the most easiest one. Having said that, if you ask me, the leader is AWS, but in terms of data science, if you ask me, the leader is, I predict it will be Google, like GCP mostly, because looking at the trend, it is capturing the market so much. And I'll tell you why. It is so easy. I mean, it is very much user friendly, the GCP framework. So I can see a lot of my students, they are getting interviews related to Vertex AI and all that, BigQuery and all, because it is very easy, especially for data science. But if you take overall picture, I think AWS has a lot of maturity because it is the first player in the market. It has the highest market share, and SageMaker is a very good, very popular tool. You ask anyone, SageMaker is one of the popular tool for training and deployment. Azure is very good, but it is little bit costlier. AWS and Azure mostly it is costlier, but GCP in the other side, cost wise, especially for training your LLMs or any of the deep learning models, it is little cheaper. But again, it depends. If you are taking huge amount of, let's say, lot of machines, lot of instances, AWS is cheaper. If you are taking less instances, I think GCP is cheaper. So it is a very crucial decision or very difficult decision. I think you are not the person to take this decision. There are experts, cloud experts. They will take the decision for your organization, which cloud platform is better, right? In terms of cost, in terms of a lot of things. Right. But I think every role has a specific contribution. In organization, there are cloud professionals, cloud administrators, and a lot of roles, right? Solution architect. So that is their job to select cloud platforms. Your job is getting access and deploying. That itself is a huge thing. You are learning a lot of things, and I think your task is getting access to cloud and deploying. That's it. Maintaining is not your task. And giving access, maintaining is other teams.
Do you have any certification, industry certifications available?
Certification is not needed, and nobody will really care about your certification except some certification maybe from AWS or Azure or GCP, maybe related to cloud. Related to data science, I believe, I mean, you can take AWS, machine learning, or Azure or GCP, but except those certification, I think institute certification has zero value. I mean, who knows which institute nowadays, 100 of institutes, right? So those certificates are no value, but full-time degree has a lot of importance. Masters or PhD they're asking, but otherwise experience, that is what you can show, right? And there are ways I will tell you in the course how you can. So you can build your own portfolio. You can build your old, once you know Streamlit, it's very interesting. So you can build your own website and you can host it free of cost. And instead of physical resume, you can just share your URL. People can see your project, and digital resume, you can say, right? They can click on the GitHub. They can see the code. They can see the deployment. That gives you a lot of weightage. So that's how you can attract people, not by showing certificates. Nobody really cares.
Yeah,
right?
agree.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep learning will be covered in this course.
I will be covering Honestly, this is very much towards machine learning side. Deep learning, I will be covering few algorithms, mostly the ANN part, artificial neural network. It's a fundamental course, you can say, for deep learning and advanced course for machine learning. Because deep learning is continuing in the generative AI, right? In the generative AI, next 4 to 5 deep learning models, whatever is necessary, GAN and other things I will cover.
Okay,
So,
so basic
yeah.
of the deep learning will cover in this, and the
Yes.
advanced level will be covered in the generative
Correct.
AI.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Basic and advanced, everything about machine learning will be covered here, end to end, starting with collection till deployment and machine learning algorithms, classification, imbalance, outliers, feature selection, everything will be covered here. But it will just give you some knowledge about deep learning. The first fundamental algorithm we will cover. The advanced, it will continue actually. The next course is generative AI. It will continue there. Generative AI is all about deep learning. We don't use machine learning mostly, right? It's all deep learning algorithms. So advanced deep learning algorithms like transformers and GAN, VAE, right? Autoencoders. So these 2-3 algorithms, which are the building block or architecture of GPTs, we'll discuss in the generative AI. Followed by, obviously, we have LangChain, RAG, fine tuning, and all that. Also, you will understand some paid ones and local ones, both, right? And you will be able to take a decision for your organization, which is better, local or paid one. What all are the pros and cons? I'll tell you all my experience. And again, I am selecting AWS for that. You have a lot of options. You can go for anyway, OpenAI we will use, but AWS Bedrock. Also, I will tell you local anyway, you can download and run it in your system. But if you're going with paid one, you can go with AWS Bedrock. Here you will learn about SageMaker. In that course, you will learn about AWS Bedrock. What is Bedrock? Bedrock is all-in-one platform of AWS for generative AI. All the paid LLMs go here, and then Claude and Trope, right? We have GPTs, lot of models, DALI and from all the startups together. And what is the course will teach you is what is your use case and which model is best. For example, you want to build application related to image, so you should not be using these tools. These are good. Not only that, you will learn about frameworks like LangChain. What is prompt engineering? You will learn about that. And chain means not only one task, 2-3 tasks together. You want to create a chain, and that is your app. For example, you want app which should go to Twitter, collect the data. Web scraping it should do for you automated way. Collecting Twitters, it can do the sentiment analysis. That's the second task. And third task is maybe it can summarize a text or maybe translate something from one language to another language. So 3 tasks together, that is called chain. So we'll understand about agent, chain, LLM application, how to build using both paid and local, right? So that is the course is all about. So that is a complete package, this and that, right? If you already know this, I will suggest directly go with that. But if you are from non-tech, like completely beginner, data science, no idea about data science at all, I will strongly suggest go with this and that both. Why? Because none of your scope is narrow. I mean, generative AI is just a hype. Don't fall for it. I mean, you should upgrade. I'm not telling you should not learn, but getting job only with generative AI is difficult, right? Any data science or any role you're applying for, they will ask you fundamentals. Along with fundamentals, they will ask you generative AI. So both is required. Machine learning, deep learning, along with that generative AI, right? So both is important. But again, depends on you. I think you can select. If you think you can learn yourself, machine learning and deep learning, I think you can go for that course. But learning yourself will take a lot of time. It's all depends on you. But if you ask me, both is important, step by step. You can say this is the basic foundation advanced course related to machine learning and foundation course for deep learning. It will clear your fundamentals. Everything traditional way you can do it. Real ML, this is the real ML course you can say, but that is totally into generative AI. So using LLM.
And from where we will use the data system for during this course? Data
is all public data, so don't worry about data, right? In the company data also, same thing. So data is, okay, many people has this doubt. So in company, I will get a different kind of data, but here in public data, let's say Kaggle or any platform I'm taking data, it will be very much structured or nice, organized data. So doesn't matter. So we are doing anyway end to end. So what I'm trying to tell you, when I'm saying pre-processing, whatever are the steps, everything we will write code. If it is there, fine. If it is not there, we will not call that package. What's the big deal? For example, in our case, missing value is not there. We will not call the missing value package. In our real time, we have missing value. You call the missing value package. So whatever is there, you write your code, everything you write, and then call one by one, whatever is there. Once you know the process end to end, whatever is needed, you do. For example, you have 3,000 columns. You need feature selection. Now in your data, you have only 4 columns. Obviously, you don't need feature selection. Most of the columns, let's say, are important. So you can skip. Are you getting? You don't have any outliers. You don't call the outlier package. If you have outliers, you call the outlier package. So you are understanding everything from project to project, you will decide what is required, what is not required. Mostly the pre-processing part will be varying. Modeling, validation, deployment is copy paste, same thing. Pre-processing will vary from project to project, right? Depends on the data. And don't worry about, we classify problems based on the type of the data or nature of the data. We don't classify problems based on domain. Riveting. I'll give you one example. Same regression, if you're predicting sales, it is sales forecasting for marketing team. But same regression problem, if you are predicting what is the volume, it is MRV volume prediction you are doing for a manufacturing company, right? Image classification, if you are classifying MRI pictures, it is healthcare, right? If you're detecting cracks, it is also classification. It is like manufacturing. So what I mean to tell you is project name will only differ, but the underlying principles, the approach, how you will handle is actually exactly same. So we in data science world, you look at my profile, I work with Goldman Sachs. I have zero knowledge. I'm from computer science background. Finance, I don't know anything. They trained me in 1 month. I was trained, and next company was General Electric. See, where is Goldman Sachs? Where is General Electric? Like no connection. It's a completely manufacturing company. And again, I learned aviation. They had given me training, so quickly I learned the domain. So domain you will learn, but the approach is same. I will tell you how I have utilized. There I have done surveillance analytics, outlier, fraud detection. That I have used here in alert APM. So wherever the sensor data has any abnormal behavior, generate alert, same outlier, same code I have copy pasted. Are you getting? So project will be same. Only thing is problem statement will be different. Approach is same, right? So you don't scared about domains. Anyway, you will learn it. We have certain categories. We divide our problems, whether it is supervised, semi-supervised, or unsupervised. What is the nature of the data, whether it is tabular data or text data, image data, unstructured data, or basically it is tabular data. What is the size of the data, whether it is petabytes of data or it is like 1-2 GBs of data. Obviously, petabytes means your system will not work. You have to go to BigQuery and then Apache Spark, Databricks. Entire flow is completely different. Sometimes it is batch processing or streaming, real-time processing. Then you have to learn Kafka, Spark streaming. Entire project flow will be different. So we define our data, we define our project based on the data. We don't define our project based on domain, right? We look at the data and then based on that, we have template. So my suggestion is from every template you complete one project, it is 7 to 8 classification. Once you have done 8 projects, you are done. Like any project you give me, most of the code I have already written, copy paste, right? But to reach there, you need some time. 6-7 months you will take. Every project will take 15-20 days, right? I hope you got the idea, but I know you are waiting for the syllabus. I will be writing the project details and complete syllabus in a nice PDF format. I will share with everyone tomorrow, but the flow is exactly same, right? The course
and the project 1, 2, and 3 will be covered during the during this course only, right?
Exactly, yes. And also you will get project 4 as a recorded session. And normally I don't give, but I can also give my Spark recordings, right? Apache Spark project also, if you want, you can take. So I have a lot of information like bonus recordings that you can take. But 3 projects we will do, and 1 project end to end, I will give you recording. So in total 4
So
projects.
in the Apache Spark, Sasmitha, so it's all about the data which we will get on a real time based upon the events and how then we can capture the data and we can create the.
So Apache Spark, you will learn about first the Spark framework, and then again Spark has 3 different frameworks like Spark SQL, Spark ML. So the project is on Spark ML. So approach is same, but the coding style is different. When it is a big data, so you have to use Databricks Spark. So you will understand Azure Databricks and Spark. That is almost like 8 to 10 hours of video. End-to-end project I have shown using Azure, that is with Azure, not with AWS. I think that is fine. You can take those recordings. I will upload. Right?
So when we say big
Sasmitha,
data,
when
then
exactly
we mean that the data which varies in different formats, right? Structured, non-structured, and that's what we mean, right? Big data.
Yeah. So this course is mostly focused on traditional ML end-to-end, right? And deep learning fundamental you will understand, but again deep learning also end-to-end you will deploy. Next course will tell you about LLM. Both together, if you take both of this, I think this is a complete package. So you can apply, your scope will be broad. Any role related to artificial intelligence you can apply for. For example, data science, MLOps, machine learning engineer, generative AI, everything, right? And anything related to AI, if you want to apply, I think I will strongly suggest take both of the courses. In fact, this course is, I will say, mandatory if you want to come into AI. The generative AI course is, it is important, but it is still optional, I will say. But this course is mandatory because without knowing ML and DL, how you, I mean, artificial intelligence is all about machine learning and deep learning, right? So you need to clear your fundamentals first. Generative AI is the course for my old batch student who have already completed the course under me or from anywhere they have already completed and they want to upgrade. Or any person who has self-learned and completed the flow like ML and DL, for them, generative AI. Complete blank, non-technical background. Even if you feel like you know, honestly speaking, you cannot go far only with generative AI without ML and DL. You cannot reach far, right? In real time, a lot of challenges are there. Here you will be very happy. Okay, nice application I'm building. But in real time, lot of challenges you will face. Without that foundation knowledge, strong mathematical and machine learning, deep learning fundamental is not clear. LLM is, I mean, you cannot go far with only generative AI. Don't go with the hype, right? I'm telling you the fact, the reality. So it's the next level, it's the advanced level, right? The coding is easy. If you ask me, the coding is not difficult. You will feel like non-tech, or basically you will not use any technical thing. I mean, prompt engineering and all, you will, oh, I'm just asking questions. You will feel like that. It's actually easy. It's mostly non-tech kind of course, I will say. Having said that, I mean, yeah, so you know what I'm talking here. So there is a step by step only you should jump. And directly if you jump, then, I mean, if anything goes wrong, I think you cannot correct it. To correct, you have to have a basic. And sometimes if somebody is asking you any question, how you will answer, you yourself don't know. Right? So, I mean, very difficult. So, yeah.
When will be the regular classes starts for this batch? Like when the demos will be completed and regular class starts?
I think tomorrow, the last demo, I will just show you the curriculum end to end, everything I will share with you. Like how I have written things, but it's a rough note. I will be sharing with you a PDF format. Projects also, you will see the flow of the projects, every step for data version, what we are using, for more packaging, what we are using, everything. And project names can be different, but the structure of the project is very same. I think after tomorrow, we can start, day after tomorrow onwards, we can start with the content. I'll not take a lot of demos, 2-3 more demos. Maybe tomorrow is the last demo. After that, we will start with Python. As I said, Python, I am expecting, and Yeah, so Python, I think if you have some time, you want to utilize the time and you are from non-tech background, please go through the basic part, like what is a variable, what is a function and all that. I don't, many of you already know, I am assuming 80% of the strength already know Python and they feel really bored when I talk about this variable and all that. And 20% they don't know anything. If I talk about pandas, they will feel uncomfortable. To balance, I will go fast, the Python module. Yeah, so I think from pandas onwards, the real syllabus will start. So day after tomorrow onwards, the course will start.
And what would be the duration of the course?
Duration will be almost 2.5 months to 3 months. If you're taking generative AI and this, it is around 4.5 months. So this is 2.5, and that is, let's say, 1.5, around, yeah, so
And if
3,
you go
4
in
months you
parallel,
can say.
then if you go in parallel, then it will be 3 months, right?
Yeah, if you go parallel, then I think, and I'll tell you one thing. If you're taking in parallel, if you have time, you can do that. There is no link. Why I'm saying this is machine learning mostly, that is deep learning. So you can easily understand. If you're taking parallelly also, there is no connection. You can easily understand. And with confidence, I'm telling you will understand, right? So you can take parallelly or you can take one after another, how you feel like you can take it. If you're taking parallelly, it will be finished mostly within 3 months. Yes.
Yeah, and GenAI timing is in the morning, right?
GenAI?
GenAI session timing?
Session time, it's a weekend batch.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
GenAI,
Friday,
yes.
Saturday, Sunday, right? Or
Yeah.
Saturday,
So
Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, let me think if we can, let us discuss in the demo. Mostly it is Saturday, Sunday, and it is 3 hours.
Okay.
Initial few classes only, it is on mostly the deep learning part. Otherwise, rest all is project only. So what I am planning is, I will be demonstrating projects and you will be practicing, and weekly once, weekend obviously we have class, but weekly once only for doubt clearing. If you have any doubt or something, we can connect project related. So whatever I am doing, you have to practice, right? And when
Yeah.
you're practicing, if you have any doubt, we can connect. So doubt clearings will be on weekdays. You can, if you more than few people have doubts, we can connect. I'll give you a time, mostly morning or evening. Let's fix that in the demo class. But normally the course will be covered in the weekend class. I have
Okay.
estimated 1.5 months, but honestly, I am expecting it may get it, because I mean it may be a little. I don't know the audience, and that's the reason I'm thinking it may go like little more time, maybe 1.5 months to 2 months. I'm expecting, yeah. And generative AI is so fast. So last week I have changed my topic, and this week I can see some new models has created, right? Like Mistral has released new version, and then DSPY
how
is
to
gaining
track on the new
popularity.
model? How to track on the new algorithm?
Correct.
Public.
So I think it is easy. So once you, and what I have done is I have just not focused every week update until unless it is very popular. If something is very, very popular, right, it will come to you anyway. Small things I just started ignoring, because how much you can catch? You cannot catch everything, right? It's not needed. So for example, Claude, it's a game changer, right? It's very good. Like I have tried it. It's better than GPT-4. So those things you can capture, but few small LLMs you can skip. Until unless it's very popular, you can skip. If it is just really, because if you cannot catch, because I'm trying to catch, I'm not able to. Every week, new LLMs are coming. Uh, and I'll tell you, even though new LLMs are coming, coding wise, if you know, right, it's mostly same. You just need to call the same way. And the frameworks are very important here. What is RAG? What is fine tuning? What is lang chain? If you're clear on what is vector database, what is Pinecone. So these are the fundamentals. If you know this in a very detailed way, I think LLMs, new LLMs, if it is coming also, within 10-20 minutes, you can upgrade. It's not a big deal. You just need to upload and start using it, right? You can
But
try yourself.
creating a LLM is difficult, right? Like
Getting LLM, it's not free. That's the difficult part, but I will tell you tricks.
Developing a LLM completely entirely
No, why
from
you want to develop? So
yeah.
that kind of person we are not, right? For that you need PhD. We are not here to develop LLMs. It's a difficult task and it's a completely different domain. I think if your kids are there and that is where engineering is going to be, right? There are two kind of people. One is research and one is business. Engineer means they will be using LLM tools. Researcher will be developing LLM tools and they're very premium. Like they will be earning in crores. Like we cannot even imagine, right? And to become a researcher, I think it's very difficult. So you need to take a path of higher education with these courses, and learning yourself is very difficult. So you need to at least have that academic knowledge. Full-time MTech, full-time PhD, those things are needed to build LLM. It's not a joke, right? You have to go for higher education, or at least startups you can work with. If you're lucky, if you get scope from starting very good organization like Goldman Sachs or Ola, like this, you got a chance to work with their research team. Maybe you will get a chance to build LLM from scratch. You can build. I'm not discouraging. Once you know the deep learning models in depth, like transformers, actually I will tell you how to build LLM, your own LLM using PyTorch in the generative AI course. But having said that, what is the need of doing it? We should be smart.
No,
We should not be.
no, I just asked for the curiosity, Sasmitha, because
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm not working anywhere, but it's my curiosity, to get those things, get learns, and in my
Yeah.
free time I use
So
it.
I think it needs a lot of foundation knowledge first, and then lot of theoretical knowledge, lot of research paper you need to read, need to understand. And I think it's not a big task. I discouraged you, but I think if you spend some time in this domain, 1 or 2 year, you will be in a position to build your own LLM. But I will, even if I can build, I will not build. Why? Because anyway, there are tools available. Why should I, instead of that, why should not I use the tools and build some application which will generate revenue for my company or for myself, right? So there are two ways. That is also very good path. If you want to go in research line, if you are fresher, BTech third year, fourth year, I will suggest you to go in that line. But you are already 8 year, 10 year, 12 year experience. I think you still can go, but I mean, it's difficult for you because the way the world is moving, research is very fast in this domain. So it's very actively people are researching. I mean, you need really, you need to invest your time. It's not like overnight
Yeah,
you
but
can build a
anyway, but anyway,
yeah.
as you said, that probably you feel, know the LLM different algorithm, its framework, how it's implemented. Then probably, as you are saying, that if you have time or if you're having interest or if you want to do some sort of R&D by yourself, we can also delve into that, right?
You can do that. I think it's not that difficult once you know the transformers. Once one is theory, obviously you will learn the paper and understand the theory. But the other thing is we have already Hugging Face. There is a model in Hugging Face called transformers. A lot of things are already there, functions. And like we have in sklearn, we are not learning machine learning code from scratch, right? We have functions. Like for LLM also, building LLM transformers or any kind of autoencoders, we have already lot of packages, PyTorch and lot of other libraries are there. And it is not that difficult. We can build it, but it requires lot of theoretical knowledge. Blindly, you cannot go and build. And
No, I
even
agree
if you
with you.
built it, even if you built it, my thing is why, what is the purpose? Already local LLMs are available. You use it. Why you want to build your own? Free is
No, no,
available, paid is available. So whatever you feel like using, you use it. I'll tell you where it will be useful. If you are targeting Google, you're targeting Microsoft, you're targeting Adobe, right? You're
or we are
targeting this kind of
targeting a company of
organization.
our own.
Yes, maybe your company of your own startups. In those cases, in the interview, they will be asking you to, because I have recently gone through an interview of Twilio, is a good company, and they asked me to write gradient descent, the optimization algorithm from scratch, and logistic regression from scratch, not using sklearn, using NumPy and simple libraries, right, from scratch. So why they asked me, I think anybody will laugh, right? Anyway, we have ChatGPT. Why you're giving me this coding question? They asked me just to see my problem solving skill. And maybe if you are joining, when I was in GS, you will not believe they have their own operating system. They have their own search engine. So the paper I was reading, the author was sitting side to me. So those kind of people you will work with, right? So in those kind of companies, they have their own LLM. They will build, they will actually contribute to the society. So if you are joining their team, yes, it is very much needed. In the interview only, they will grill you. They will ask you to build your own LLM using PyTorch and basic fundamental, just to see whether your fundamentals are clear or not, the maths part. I think that is next level you can target step by step, right?
Yeah, agree. Yeah. So once this will cover, then probably once we'll have the fair idea, then probably we can go more deeper if interested.
Okay, so I think we are good with this. And tomorrow when you connect, I will share with you the course content, detailed way, everything in a PDF format, nice format, so that you can go through. The course fee, I think, is already there in the website, right? So there is a great discount. If you are taking both the courses, I think it is 27. But if you are taking individually, it is 12 and 20.
And how to
If you
apply
are a
for
old
that
student,
discount, Sasmitha, if I'm going to take both the courses, how to get
no,
that
they
discount?
know it. They know it. So I mean, you can just enroll both of the courses, and it is. I have told them to give some discount to my old student, and that's the reason it is around 27 both the courses, and the duration is almost. If you're taking parallelly 3 months, but if you're taking one up, you can take your wish, right? Like after this also we will have new batch, so you can join there. So if you're taking one after another, it will be 4.5 months around that. But parallelly, if you have time, don't worry that I cannot understand. So definitely you will understand, but it all depends on you. If you have time, you can take parallelly.
And
And
timing
anyway,
for
the codes,
yeah.
one last thing that I want to tell you, the codes, we have WhatsApp group, and it's not like the course is over means I am like gone and then no connection and all the recordings are gone, nothing like that. You will get recording access for 1 year, and in fact, the course, once it is completed also, if you want to repeat the course after few months in the new batch, you can do that. You just can ping me and I'll allow you. And I mean, it's all flexible. So if you have any doubt or something, let's say pandas you want to repeat, or deployment you could not attend because you have some commitment, you traveled to somewhere, so you want to repeat, you can go through. You want recordings of the recent batch, you just ping me because you will be connected through me, right? You just ping me and I can help you with all the things. A lot of bonus things you will get, like 175 hours of Durga sir, and if you reach out to me, I'll share my Patch Spark recordings from Azure batch, right? Azure data engineering
You'll
batch.
also get your data science recording, right? Data science course recording.
Data science is almost same. Like yeah, so approach is different. The approach is different, but the algorithms, the fundamental, what I will teach is almost same. The theory is theory, right? It will not be changing overnight. But yes, the approach is completely different. The
No, because I
project that
remember that 2 years back, I had attended your course about the NumPy, pandas, matplotlib, and
Yeah.
all those stuff.
So if you want to take my advanced batch recording, advanced data science, right, which was
Yeah.
totally into computer vision and deep learning, that you
Yeah.
can reach out to me. I can share it with you, right?
Sure.
So that is, I think, somewhat important because I have covered entire deep learning in that particular course, 30-40 hours recording. So deep learning in the sense starting to ending, everything about deep learning, very, very in depth. RNN, LSTM, GRU, autoencoders, transformers, I think I have not covered. But other things, CNN, ANN, it's purely on computer vision, the course, advanced. If you want, you can reach out to me. We can, yeah, so that is a separate thing. But
But
I
ma'am,
think
generative AI is not covered in that advanced data science course, correct?
see, there are three things. One is machine learning, one is deep learning, and one is generative AI. Okay. So machine learning itself is very vast, and there is no role only on machine learning. All the machine learning related roles are converted to ML ops because there is nothing in machine learning which cannot be automated, right? So a lot of auto ML things are coming up. So ML ops is totally into machine learning and deployment. This is the course is all about. Second thing is deep learning. So deep learning is mostly used in text and image data. So the advanced data science is all about deep learning, traditional deep learning, everything on text and image data. The third thing is generative AI. Generative AI means you are not building anything. You are not writing any code to build any deep learning algorithm. You're not implementing, you are calling. That is called pre-trained. Means what? Companies like Google, Facebook, Meta, this Databricks, what they have done, they have collected a lot of freely available data like Reddit, Wikipedia, almost every data present in internet, they have collected and they have built the model. Already they have trained the model. For using GPUs and all that, they have trained the model. That is called generative AI. What you are doing is you are just calling the model and using it. You are not doing anything. You are not building. So generative AI is like the next level. So where you are actually not building anything. Are you clear what I'm saying? So somebody has already built it and they have given you. You are just using that model to predict or to find the results. You are using the model basically. You are not building it. So first, so that is generative AI. So which is the last level of codes, right? I don't want to confuse everyone. If you ask me today, this MLOPS codes and the generative AI codes is a complete package. Trust me, it's a complete package. The world is moving towards LLM, so people are not asking a lot of traditional deep learning algorithms nowadays because a lot of the deep learning is already automated by LLM. So I think LLM and MLOps. Having said that, ML is not something which is gone. ML is still there. A lot of the data in real time is structured and semi-structured, time series related. A lot of things are there where ML is really nice, low cost, nice result, and completely free of cost. LLM is not free, right? It is paid one. And what I can tell you is this MLOps plus generative AI is a complete package. Don't worry about anything. If you take both of these codes, 100% I can give you writing. And with this Apache Spark recording, if you take this, I think you can apply for any kind of role related to artificial intelligence, any kind of, and I can bet you can open Naukri and show me any word, if like 80%, 70% JD, any company, JD will match. So they will ask you same thing, AWS, they will ask you SageMaker, they'll ask you ML flow, ML and deep learning, generative AI. This is what they will ask you. 60, 70, 80% it will match. Any JD. So this is a complete bundle. Don't confuse yourself with a lot of things. Is it clear to everyone? Blindly, you can trust me. MLOps and generative AI is something which will complete your profile related to artificial intelligence, right? And for knowledge sake, you can learn a lot of things, but that is not required for interview point. Knowledge sake, yes, you can learn a lot of things. A lot of things are there. You can learn later, right?
Yeah. And Sasmitha,
So-
this course will happen for the entire week or like 5 days in a week or weekend?
No,
What
not
is-
entire week. This will go for Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Monday to Friday, yes.
And the timing will be from 9, right? 9 p.m.
9, yes, 9 to 10.
9 p.m. to 10 p.m., right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, we have generative AI class. Monday to Friday, we have this class. If you really have time and you can iterate. That's what I'm saying. So if you don't have time also, just attend and you may get 30, 40%. Absolutely fine. You can repeat the course in the next batch or you can pause wherever you need and you can go through. It's a lifetime access in a way. Why?
Right.
Because you're getting recordings. You have live class access. Many of my previous batch students, I think Sudhakar, a lot of people, they attended 3 batches, 6:30 morning, 7:30, and then evening. So if they are okay, then I am okay. What problem I have, right? I mean, so you have all this flexibility. You can repeat few concepts and you can take your own time to complete things, right? If you could not complete some of the topics in the next batch, you can repeat or you can take the recordings, you can pause and play. And if you have doubt, you can post it in the WhatsApp group. I have seen in the past batches, people are really very active in the WhatsApp group. They will, more than me, they will able to clarify your doubts. They will debug your things. And every day we are connecting. So you can share any of your queries. My sessions are very interactive. It is never one way, right? It's very interactive. So you can ask any of your doubts. if you have, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So I think let us connect tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last demo session, and day after tomorrow onwards, we will be starting with the content.
And Sasmitha, so I was just thinking about the discount which you were mentioning, but because the way the mail is there, we are having the link only, right? And we need to pay. But as you said that if we are going with both the courses, we'll have discount, right? But so I was just not able to figure it out that how we can get, because if you click the link, then we need to pay separately for both the courses.
Yeah, so you do one thing. I think in the chart window, there is a phone number, right? You can, people who want to enroll for both of the courses, I will suggest them to call DURGASOFT once. In fact, if you of you already attended my classes before, I think in the generative AI, you can see a lot of my old students will come, and for them also the discount applies. So for my old batch student and people who are taking the bundle, it is 27. And if you are only for because many of the people, it's a hype, generative AI, and honestly speaking, very few instructor you will get in who are
No, I
giving
agree.
generative
I
AI
agree.
teaching.
Can't we mail them, Sasmitha? Because I was just thinking, because since I am not in India currently, outside India for next 2 months,
Okay, I will
maybe,
mail
yeah.
them. I think this issue will be resolved tomorrow. You will get a new link for both the course payment. If you want to do, you can go through that link
Yeah.
and do it, right?
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
tell them to create
Yeah,
a
that will
link.
be very
Yeah.
helpful. Yeah.
I think in the same link only you can now also, so you can pay in the same link and just send your screenshot to them. So they will take a note, and you are eligible to attend both the classes. That's what is the discussion, right? It's okay.
Yeah.
You can pay and then send a screenshot. Send a mail.
Yeah, yeah, because because I am already having WhatsApp, message chat with the DurgaSoft, and whenever like I used to ask them, they used to reply me. I think that will also work, right? If I'll ping them and they will reply me.
Yes, you can pay
Okay.
them, and yes, you can directly send the screenshot.
Otherwise, I will ping them also, and I will just mention the same, that I am going to register for both, and I need a separate link for paying maybe 27,000, which you are saying. Then probably they can send me the link, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the demo has not started. It is there on this weekend. Next weekend onwards, we will have class for generative AI. So this weekend is just a demo class. In the demo, I will explain the total entire curriculum, right? I think anyone, I think this is very simple. So you just pay and send a screenshot, and they'll allow you in both.
Yeah, but when we are supposed to make the payment, like after completion of the demo for the generative AI, or you can pay now also, not a problem.
No, you can, your wish. If you feel like you should wait, you can wait. You can feel like, if you feel like paying now, you can pay now. But as I said, in the generative AI also, the topics, I think tomorrow also I can share I think many of you are waiting for the syllabus. So if you want to know the syllabus, and that will give you the confidence, I can share the generative AI syllabus also with you all, right, tomorrow. And you can see the both syllabus, and then you can go ahead with the payment.
From where we can
Sure.
get the syllabus?
Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. We'll connect tomorrow. So payment wise, it's not an issue. I think you can pay whenever you want until the demo link is not not freezed, right? So you can attend demo class also, then you can pay. You can attend after looking at the syllabus also you can pay, or you attend first few classes, then also you can pay. Payment wise, there's no
Okay.
problem, right? You can go ahead. Okay. Thank you everyone. We'll connect tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.